All right, welcome back. Time for my favorite segment, Antisocial.
Yeah.
Jim Jackson and TJ Houshmandzadeh are joining us as well. All right, our social media manager, Darnell Smith, is here.
It's good.
To tell us what's popping out on those social media streets.
I wore that jacket this weekend, too. It's free. You got that? I love free stuff. It's love right there.
All right, Darnell, what's happening out there in social media land?
Yeah, let's get it started in the NBA, where the Derrick Rose redemption tour continued last night, with Rose getting a very warm welcome in his hometown of Chicago. He also dropped 24 points and led the T-Wolves to a 119-94 victory over the Bulls. Late in the fourth quarter, the fans decided to show support to their hometown kid by chanting MVP during one of his free throws. Rose even cracked a little smile when he heard the chant. Are you guys surprised D. Rose still gets love in Chicago?
Absolutely not. No. I think he's a great... Everybody's rooting for Derrick Rose because he's had so many injuries.
Yeah.
I think the whole country, not just Chicago, loves his little redemption story that he's having because he's like the Gale Sayers of basketball.
Right. He never robbed the game. I mean, he was robbed of his game because of injury. And he even said before the game, he's like, I'm sorry, y'all, I can only get 50 tickets for the game. You know Chicago got to love that.
They love it, but it's funny because when he was there on the back end with the injuries, it was some boos in the crowd.
Say it.
Okay, so now they love him a little bit more that he's somewhere else and they can appreciate it. But I think sometimes when you're the fan base, you don't appreciate it, something until it's gone. And I'm happy for D. Rose to see him out there playing the way he's playing, man.
Yeah, for him to get that type of love in his hometown for a team he once played for, that's just his appreciation they're showing because he's playing really well. It's like, man, we wish we had you still.
And I'm a former MVP, so there are not that many of us out there in the world. So appreciate me, respect me from day one.
D. Rose and I used to be neighbors. I don't know if you got
Oh, really? Well, you had that money. You had
That's all that shows.
You got that early bag.
Pay me with that early bag. Pay me with
and Russell Westbrook as well.
too much blood. I'm on the wrong show.
I wonder I got that nice scotch the other day.
What's happening?
Man. All right, moving on to the NFL, where Colts backup quarterback Jacoby Brissett was really feeling the holiday spirit and decided to shoot his shot, tweeting at Sandra Bullock yesterday, writing, quote, Sandra Bullock, what up? You got to get a guy credit for trying here. Do you like his attempt?
Nah.
You don't like it?
Nah, that ain't enough effort.
That ain't gonna get it done.
That ain't gonna get it done. Yeah. You can't be at the top of them all. Hey, yo! Like, that ain't gonna work, dog. That ain't work back then.
Was he protecting his ego and coolness right there by putting it in there?
Yeah.
And not really like going
What
in
movie was he watching?
He had to be watching something.
Like, no disrespect.
Bird Box.
Sandra Bullock, like, if you're going to shoot your shot.
Yeah,
Bird Box is popular right now on Netflix. She's out there.
I think he was protecting himself.
Ocean's 8, baby.
This is the May-December romance, ain't it? I mean, I thought Sandra Bullock was more an IA set, no?
Yeah, but
He like older women.
he tired of Instagram and all that. I'm getting off the gram. I'm gonna give me a ma'am.
You can't be mad for shooting the shot, though.
Hey, he's trying.
And, you know, look.
Good looking, too. She's
He's trying to go the Tom Brady route. He wants somebody that got more than
That's right. Ain't mad at him.
Right.
Ain't mad at
He
him.
learned from the best, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
You got to do better than what up. Like, you know, when I hop in Tamron Hall's DMs,
What'd you say?
I come a little bit
Okay,
stronger than what up.
what's your DM?
No, I'm not telling her.
You know what?
At least give us her response. Give us her response.
There ain't none, TJ.
I'm gonna just tell you. No, I got some response. I'm gonna tell you what the problem is. I'm afraid to put anything in writing.
Oh, good
Yeah.
Used against me.
Exactly. So you real careful.
You know what he
real
do?
smiley face and all that prayer hands.
He got a picture of Jimmy. Hey, he got a picture of Derrick Rose's house. He say right next to there.
I live right there.
All right, what's next?
All right, let's talk about our guy, Doug Gottlieb, whose tweet on college freshmen from yesterday is gaining a lot of attention in the social media world. Gottlieb said, quote, if you transfer mid-year during your freshman year, you should have to pay back the scholarship. It is basically a $100,000 scholarship that no one else can use, and some guys leave 7 to 10 games in, which is a joke. Doug will also be joining us here on Speak for Yourself next. Please, I hope I'm here. He makes an interesting point here. What do you guys think?
All right, you know.
Hey,
You know what you're telling? Doug Gottlieb, what up?
Listen, a lot of Twitter off here. And look, I love Doug, but Doug, man, real talk. When a coach leaves, Has Doug put out a tweet about what the coach should do for the players that he done ban?
What?
And all?
Doug trying to coach.
Okay, no, I guess his point is the coaches don't leave mid-season. But hell, the coaches tell you, I'm going to treat you like you're my son. I'm going to be there all this time.
Right.
Even when they leave at the end of the season, that feels like mid-season to a kid that you done gassed up.
Reach, man. I don't know if he's trying to coach or be Mark Emmert, next president of the NCAA. Like, that's all.
Well, he comes from a father who was his coach. So he got a whole different mentality than just a player. So Doug has always been that way in regards to the transfer rule. Me, I'm like, guys should be able to transfer. Okay? If it's not working out for whatever reason, they should be able to transfer and play. A lot of coaches don't like it. They say they need to get accustomed. I said, so what? They stuck. They can't go. Coaches can just leave like that and go and coach somewhere else. So I don't agree with that.
Nah, Sean.
All right, Darnell, what's next?
Moving on to the football field. Where Mike Tomlin defended his failed fake punt against the Saints, saying he felt good about it, which is maybe why Steelers fans are voicing their frustration on Twitter with the hashtag #FireTomlin, which has been trending since Sunday. The Steelers have had a drama-filled year, and the fans are definitely not happy about it. So, Jimmy.
Yes.
We know you're a huge Steelers fan.
Huge Steelers fan.
You think it's time for them to give Tomlin the boot?
Listen, man, I was in the back with my man, James Harrison. I was softly asking questions. I didn't want him to get mad at me. So I was like, bro, what do you think? And he gave me some insight because we know you got Chuck Noll, okay? You got Coward, and you got Tomlin. That's it, bro. And they generally don't fire their coaches early before their contract is up. But I get frustrated at times. I just thought this team the last 4 or 5 years hasn't been as disciplined, especially on the defensive end, as what we've seen it cost us game. That 4th and 2, bro, you got 2 of the best receivers in the league. Go for it. With the offense, you got Big Ben back there. That's me. I don't want to see him go, but I'm frustrated, bro. I'm frustrated. I'm a frustrated Steelers fan.
Hold on, man. Like, at the end of the day, like, discipline, fundamentals, skills, play calling, all gets you to one end game, wins and losses. He has the second most wins as an active coach. Y'all get rid of Tomlin, the odds are you're going to get somebody worse up in there. And I like Tomlin for who he is, man. He's had to put out a lot of fires. He lost his starting running back. He lost his backup running back. His quarterback wanted to retire. Oh, he got all
get mad at me.
Oh. Yeah, I thought you had that hashtag going.
No, man.
Hey, I'm not part of that hashtag. Expert here.
I like Mike Tomlin. He seems to be a player's coach. Just sometimes the ball don't bounce in your favor. Now, I'm in favor of keeping my offense on the field and not faking a punt, but it just didn't go that way. It all started with Le'Veon Bell. Once the locker room started chirping at the beginning of the season, it was just all downhill. But no, I'm keeping them on.
True.
Can't get along, and I don't blame Tomlin because I think Ben Roethlisberger is a headache. I think there's an issue between Ben Roethlisberger and Mike Tomlin. And when organizations got to choose between a quarterback and a coach,
I don't want to hear it.
Roethlisberger on his way.
I don't want to hear it.
I don't want to hear it. Bye, Brady.
all right, Darnell, last but not least.
Yeah, yesterday on Lock It In, cousin Sal tells us who he believes will win MVP in the NBA this year. Take a listen.
LeBron turns 34 in like 3 days. He's averaging 35 minutes a game. I bet Walton knocks him down to 28, 29 minutes a game, especially now knowing that they can grab a top 3 or 4 seed in the conference and make the playoffs. Now, what I like is I'm going to cash my Giannis for MVP ticket because that gap is going to widen more and more as LeBron plays fewer minutes.
Does cousin Sal have a point here?
No, I'm not so sure. I think LeBron will make a run at the MVP. And if they finish as 3rd or 4th seed in the West, I think he may deserve it.
It just seems like they're rooting for someone else other than LeBron to get it. In years past, he's deserved it or more consideration than he's been given. It just seems like it's a rotating trophy. And LeBron's had his opportunities, he had his wins, and I think they're trying to go for the next. They're trying to go future and pay it forward.
He's the best player in the league, bro. Best player in the world.
Yeah,
Michael
LeBron.
Jordan, when he did it, when Charles won it, and Karl Malone, Michael
Giving
Jordan
it
was
to
still the
somebody
best.
else every
Still the
2
best.
months.
Giannis, does he deserve it if they win the East? They'll probably give it to him.
Yeah.
But LeBron's still the best.
Right.
Yeah, for me, it's LeBron's the best player. It's obvious. The Lakers last year and this year, night and day difference. He means that much to a team. So, you got to give it to LeBron until he slows down. I'm a Laker fan, though.
All right, thanks, guys. We got to go.
On Friday, homie.
Coming up, we'll give you our latest approval ratings for Baker Mayfield. And Uncle Jimmy will be here to stir things up. That's all. Next!